Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is a very important game for FC Barcelona and for the La Liga race, especially since yesterday Real Madrid dropped points to Girona after they tied, and now Barcelona are top of the league. But from first place to fourth place, the gap is only 3 points. Only 3 points, which is crazy to think considering at one point Barcelona and Madrid were firing at the beginning of the season, and Atletico Madrid were falling off a cliff, looking terrible, pretty much saying that they have no chance for this La Liga title race. Diego Simeone, big question marks on him, but it's only a 3-point gap difference up to this point. So credit to where it's due for Atletico Madrid and Villarreal, who are both up there, but also it comes down to Barcelona and Madrid not being perfect in this La Liga season either, dropping points stupidly at some points. But still, the league title race is looking very tight, is looking very spicy, so this game is definitely going to play a major factor into who could potentially finish first until January, or until we get into the second half of the season. So this is going to be a very big game. Barcelona's first big game at the Camp Nou. Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid. Hansi Flick versus Diego Simeone yet again. This is the 5th time they're going to play each other. Last year, we played them 4 different times, twice in the Copa del Rey and twice, obviously, in the league. And in those 4 games, we beat them twice. They beat us once, and we tied once. So clearly, we go back and forth with this team. Clearly, there's definitely going to be a great game with both of these teams. So I'm excited for this match. It's going to be a very important match to really see what this Barcelona side is very capable of, considering last week we weren't great. We got destroyed to Chelsea, and in the weekend, yes, we beat Deportivo Alaves, got a major 3 points, but we were nowhere near good enough. And everyone saw that video of Hansi Flick after the game. He looked stressed. He was very frustrated because we just weren't good. As much as we got the important 3 points, it's not a matter of just getting the points. It's a matter of doing it in a proper way, showing dominance. What is expected for a team like FC Barcelona and the players we have. We're expected to perform. We're expected to do great, and we didn't do great against Deportivo Alaves. So this game, we have to step up majorly. And you guys already know my opinions on Atletico Madrid. If you guys been following me since basically the beginning of this channel, I've always had the same opinion of Atletico Madrid from last season and going into this season, and I'm still sticking by it. I'm not going to change my opinions just because of the good form, the good run that they're currently in. My opinion has always been that Atletico Madrid can at some point show that, look, they're competing. At some point, be 2-3 points behind the title, the league title, the guys top of the league. They could potentially go top of the league at some point, but I'm still confident in the second half of the season, when it really matters, when they should be winning their games, they're going to fumble it. And this little form that they're in doesn't worry me. Of course, it worries me more for Barcelona. Can they really step up to the occasion? But it doesn't worry me of like we have no chance against them, or they're gonna play us out the park. I'm still confident we're gonna go at them. We're gonna put up a good game and hopefully get a good result as well. So in this video, we're gonna talk about the lineups I think Barcelona will be going out with, how I think this game could go, and give my final prediction by the end of the video. So let's mother effing get it. I think we should start off with the lineups. What do I think Barcelona will line up with? I had a lot of question marks in my mind of who should start where, what positions certain players should start, and ultimately I decided to go with the exact same lineup from Deportivo Alaves, as you can see right here. The same exact lineup with John Garcia in goal, back line of Eddie Garcia on the right back, center backs of Paco Barci, Gerard Martin, Alejandro Balde as the left back, and midfield of Frankie de Jong, Pedri Gonzalez, and Dani Olmo, and up top Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and Rafinha. So obviously the main difference is the midfield. I don't know why I say exact. Bernal and Casado start off against Deportivo Alaves. This game I'm putting Pedri and Frankie de Jong. Now, the main doubts I had were definitely, these two playing in the midfield, and obviously Gerard Martin playing as a left center back, and maybe having Jules Koundé as a right back and Eddie Garcia in the center back. That's what I was thinking at first. But considering the way that Atletico Madrid play, it's probably not ideal to start Jules Koundé in this game, considering his form so far this season has been nowhere near good enough, and with concerns of, can he really do it? Can he really step up into these occasions? Especially just knowing how Atletico Madrid are going to play against us, how they played against us all those 4 times last season, where we beat them twice, they beat us once, and then we tied once. But they went with pretty much the same game plan. Yes, at times they pressed us high. Yes, at times they try to put pressure on us to take the ball off of us in our own half. But the main thing is they defended and try to hit us on counterattacks. It's the same way that Inter Milan played against us. They have the similar styles, which has been the kryptonite for Barcelona in the high line that they play. One little over the top, one little 1-2 play, and then boom, they get through us. And Atletico Madrid were definitely one of the first teams to really expose that last season. So I'm jacking that's the same way they're going to try to play in this game. And, of course, Barcelona will have to be completely on it, and it's important to pick the right players for this back line. Again, we can have some differences. Maybe some people are opting for Christensen playing this game. I was thinking about that too, but Christensen lately has just been looking like a sub rotational player for Hansi Flick, so I don't really see him starting this game. And Gerard Martin did pretty well against Deportivo Alaves. He shows that he has confidence. He shows that the manager has confidence on him as well. So I'm jacking that he's going to play him in this game as well. And Eder Garcia being a major part for this team so far this season, he has to play in that right back position. Obviously, nowhere near the midfield. But the main other doubts were definitely the midfield. Frankie de Jong or Pedri Gonzalez. Pedri Gonzalez, he played his minutes against Deportivo Alaves, coming in with class. He was incredible. Frankie de Jong, he missed the game against Deportivo Alaves, and I wasn't sure why. I wasn't sure if he was injured. I'm not sure what it was. But looking at this report right here, Frankie de Jong was back in training today. So that was yesterday. So he did train with the team. And I saw another report where apparently he didn't play against Alaves. He wasn't part of the team because of family issues. I never saw anything regarding an injury or that he wasn't available because of that. I just saw that it was a family issue thing, which is, of course, hopefully it all went out with him. But, of course, that means that he will be available to play. So, since it has nothing to do with injuries, Hansi Flick is going to throw him right in there. He's going to play him, right? Immediately he's going to play him because he's obviously a major part, especially considering that Pedri's back. And I think Pedri is going to be the major important key figure in this game. Now, risking Pedri to, play a full 90 minutes in this important, aggressive match, a little bit concerns right there because he just came back from injury, right? But considering last season and all the 4 times we played Atletico Madrid, who was a major piece to our team, who was the best player in a lot of those games, the main man himself, Pedri Gonzalez. Especially even in the game we lost, in the 2-1 loss at the Montjuic, Pedri was a major part in that team. He was the best player in that game. He was so important for us, but we just couldn't get the job done. I remember when I made my match review after the game, we let Pedri down. I remember saying that. Specifically that we let Pedri down because he put up a performance, but the rest of the team just weren't up to it. So Pedri Gonzalez is going to play a major part to this, especially if they play the likes of Baena, if they maybe play the likes of Koke, who like to control the game for Atletico Madrid, who are very good on the ball, tidy on the ball. Pedri is going to come into this game and be like, yo, I'm the master. You guys are still the students. I'm the mother effing master. I don't care how much age you got, Koke. I don't care, Baena, if you showed some talent at some points. The main guy, the guy who was him, the best midfielder in the world, it's Pedri Gonzalez. So he's going to boss that midfield and show them levels. So he will be very important for Barcelona, especially with his absence. We saw a lack of control in the midfield, a lack of tempo in the midfield. We saw many things lacking with Pedri's absence. So him being back, hopefully he'll be fully fit to play this game, but I think he has to play. He has to play a major part for this team and start this game. So hopefully he will start, and I think after seeing this, they asked Flick about Pedri. Is Pedri fit to start? And he said yes, he is fit and is an option to start. So I think he will 100% start this game. So that's great. And when it comes to my top, Rafinha, clearly after we saw him against Alaves and against Chelsea, he has to start this game, bro. He has to start this game. He has clutch moments. He scores important goals. But most importantly, he's a leader, and he's shown it. He's shown it these last couple. He just returned from injury, and he's already showing it that this is what we were missing up top. A presser, a leader, someone who's going to show confidence and fight for the badge, fight at all moments, urge the team to push forward, urge the team to step up when it's needed. So Rafinha is going to play a major part. Lamine Yamal, obviously, we already know. He always steps up in the big games. Even though as of recently he hasn't looked the best in the big games, we still know that he can just flick the switch like that and boom, play amazing and just influence the game for us. Dani Olmo and Lewandowski. Lewandowski didn't play very, very well against Deportivo Alaves. He pretty much was ghost throughout that game. But considering how he played against them last year, especially in the 4-3 win where he scored or 4-2 win, I should say, where he scored a banger goal out of nowhere, like to bring us back into the game. That's what he's capable of. So to put pressure on their defense, to have that, little fox in the box, to be that menace in the box, to be that annoying guy in the box for Atletico Madrid to have to deal with, I think Lewandowski should start this game for sure. And Dani Olmo, we pretty much don't have Fermin, so he's the only really option unless we want to put Joe in the midfield, which makes absolutely no sense. So Dani Olmo will have to start this game. Against Alaves, the first half he was ghost town, but I would put that a lot on we didn't have any control in the midfield at all. We didn't have Pedri or Frankie. So maybe with Frankie and Pedri back, Dani Olmo would perform better. He scored 2 goals against Alaves, so he's going in with this game with a little bit of confidence. So hopefully he steps up in this game. He's going to be a major part for this game. He has to step up in this game. He has to, no matter what. But yeah, this is the lineup I think Barcelona will be going out with. If you guys have any different opinions, let me know in the comments. Would you rather start Christensen in the center back role? Would you have Koundé? I don't think anyone would say Koundé. Would you think Koundé? But don't be surprised if Koundé does start. Don't be surprised if Eder Garcia plays in the center back role instead of Gerard Martin. Obviously put Garcia on the left hand side, Eder Garcia right here on the right hand side, and then Koundé on the right. Don't be surprised. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, this is the lineup I think I predict. But again, looking at the form that Atletico Madrid are currently in, right? They've been winning a lot of games. The last game they won or lost was against Arsenal, where for those that watched that game, they got ultimately destroyed. They got played out the park. But then since then, they've been in good form in both the Champions League and La Liga. When they beat Real Betis 2-0, they beat Sevilla 3-0, they beat Union 3-1, they beat Levante 3-1. They beat Getafe 1-0 away from home. They beat Inter Milan 2-1, which is a pretty good win. And then they beat Real Oviedo at home as well, 2-0. With Sorloth getting a double in that game as well. So I think Sorloth will definitely start this game. I think there's one player that will definitely start besides like the obvious ones like Julian Alvarez. I think Sorloth would definitely start this game because Sorloth was another player who caused a lot of problems for Barcelona last season. He scored a lot of goals on us last season. So I think he's going to play a major part, especially again, like I said, this is the way Atletico Madrid are going to play us. They're going to play us defensively, especially since they're coming away to us, right? So they're going to play it, play a little bit safe, play a little bit defensively, try to hit us on counterattacks. And Sorloth, we know he's a very intelligent attacker, a very intelligent striker. So he's going to cause a lot of problems in that avenue. So he's someone we definitely have to, worry about a lot. And that's why I had my doubts. Should I was gonna call Maldini? Should Gerard Martin really start as a center back? Because I've seen Martin, he can step up in some games, but I've also seen him get bullied. I've always seen him get bullied very easily. So that's the one concern I have. Can he really handle Sorloth? But considering he did a pretty good job against Alaves, I would say that he would probably start. But again, don't be surprised if Hansi Flick decides to put Eder Garcia there, because Eder Garcia could definitely handle the likes of Sorloth. But Sorloth would definitely be a key point to this team, as much as Julian Alvarez, as much as other players. But looking at how FOMO decided to put for Atletico Madrid's lineup, Molina, Jimenez, Hanco, Ruggieri, Nico Gonzalez, Koke, Barrios, Simeone, Baena, and Alvarez. Obviously, the main players I'm going to be concerned on. I think 100%. What's his name? Sorloth will start this game. I don't think Baena will. He's not going to play striker. I think Sorloth will start this game. Maybe Baena will go on the left hand side instead of Nico Gonzalez, and then Ruggieri will be that overlapping player, right, on the left hand side, that threat on the left hand side. Because Simeone will definitely start on the right hand side. He's very rapid. He's very quick, so he's going to play an important role for Atletico Madrid as well. But the main threats are definitely going to be Baena, Simeone, Ruggieri if he starts playing on the left as a winger, and Sorloth as a striker. Julian obviously too. Julian has shown quality against us last season. He scored some goals against us last season, so he's definitely someone we have to worry about. But he hasn't been the protagonist for Atletico Madrid when we played them the 4 times last season. He wasn't the main protagonist. He caused them problems at times, but we also handled him at times like very easily. But that also came down to a lot of our players being in form, which so far this season they haven't, like Jules Koundé, like Cubarsí. Araujo won't be available for this game due to family issues, which we all know what that really means, or personal issues, as I say, not family issues. But I think those are the main key threats for Atletico Madrid: Simeone, Baena, Sorloth, and obviously Julian Alvarez will definitely be a threat as well. But again, this is how I see Atletico Madrid playing us. I just see them playing us as defensive, counterattack, counterattack, counterattack. And what does that mean? That Barcelona have to press. Oh, man, I feel like a broken record at this point, because I have repeated this multiple times that at this point I don't know why I'm saying it, because the many times I've repeated it, Barcelona have failed in doing it. But we have to be on it. We have to have our press has to be so efficient, our press has to be so organized, and we have to press well, because Atletico Madrid are capable of playing that little 1-2 and getting past us easily. And especially looking how teams have practically just played us out the park, coming from their half all the way to our half many times this season. That's the main concerning part. So hopefully this team just learns from, especially against Alaves. We made the same mistakes against Alaves where we didn't control the ball well. We lost the ball stupidly. And again, our press was all over the place. Hopefully with Rafinha up there, he leads it. And we do much better in that avenue. But that's the main concern I have from this game. Barcelona's pressure. Because what's the point of the high line if our pressing going forward is not good enough? Atletico Madrid would just play us out the park at that point. They'll get through us pretty easily, right? So our press this game has to be spot mother effing on. If it's not, we don't stand a chance. That's I'm just saying it confidently right now. If our press isn't good enough, we don't stand a chance, bro. We're playing at home, so hopefully the players are up for the occasion. They step up massively for this game, but it's still a matter of concern because in very important games, we've seen that Barcelona tend to make the same mistakes so far this season. So we have to be on it, bro. We have to be on it. If we're not, I'm going to concern another big loss for Barcelona. But for the main important players for Barcelona, I think it's going to be definitely Pedri. Pedri having control for us not to hopefully get hit on counterattacks consistently. Lamine Yamal, clearly, we already know. He's going to be the main guy in this game. Ruggieri or Gonzalez, if he decides to put Galan back there, whoever he puts, Lamine Yamal tends to step up against Atletico Madrid and cause problems. So a big game for Lamine Yamal as well. Rafinha definitely for sure. I think Balde will have to play an important role. Their link up in this game will definitely have to play an important role to cause danger into the box. So, but pretty much everyone has to step up in this game. Again, the criticism when we look at the game against Chelsea, when we look at the game against Alaves, when we look at the game against Club Brugge, pretty much any game so far this season, what has been the problem is that the teams come at us as a unit. The teams come at us and press us as a team. They press efficiently as a team. Everyone works for everyone, and that's what we have to do in this game. Everyone has to work for everyone. No superstars, no Lamine, or you get a pass because you're Lamine Yamal. No one gets a pass in this game. Everyone has to work for everyone to get a result for this game. So hopefully Barcelona do work on that. Hopefully Barcelona get everything right there. But yeah, if we win this game, we'll be up 37 points. Obviously, Real Madrid play the next game against Athletic Club, which, considering how Real Madrid's do a form this season, they could drop some points there, right? They could, get definitely fumble, and if they do fumble in, let's say they lose, we'll be 5 points ahead. We'll be 4 points ahead of them. If they do tie again, we'll be 3 points. If they win, then we'll still be ahead by 1 point. But if Atletico Madrid lose, then obviously it's going to bring the gap a little bit further for Atletico Madrid as well. So tomorrow is a big game. Barcelona must step up in this game. They must step up, man. You guys already seen my criticism of Barcelona. I don't care if we beat Alaves. I don't care if we beat Getafe. I don't care if we beat these smaller teams. The main thing has to be how they step up in these big games. And this is a big game right now. We have to win this game against Atletico Madrid or else I'm cooked. All this shit I've been talking about Atletico Madrid, I'm going to be absolutely cooked. So Barcelona, please step up in this game. Please get this 3 points. And please stay leaders after Real Madrid's game. So please get it right, Barcelona. Please get it right. And I'm looking at this magician to play a major part in this game. But yeah, guys, that was the video for today. That was the preview for this game against Atletico Madrid. Let me know down in the comments below. What is the ideal lineup that you will go up with? You agree with the lineup I put up, or will you change some things? Let me know what your final scoreline will be. Let me get my final scoreline. I think we will concede. I think they will hit us in at least 1 or 2 counterattacks and cause dangers in the counterattacks. So I think they will get at least 1 goal. 3-1. 3-1. We will win 3-1. Goal scorers: Rafinha, Lewandowski, Pedri. But yeah, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, favorite, hit the notification bell for every time we upload. Share your friends, love, hope, and I'll see you guys in the next video whenever there is. Much love. Take care and peace.